What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Jumping back into the Nissan Hardbody, we're going to be finishing up the wire tuck as far as the engine and the outside accessories are concerned. So headlights, fog lights, we're going to have to extend some wires today. Luckily we don't have to extend anything on the driver's side, but when it comes to the passenger side, almost every wire has to be extended. But we have to remove the fender, and to do that we have to remove the front clip again. So going backwards as always, but it'll be quick and we can show you guys the full harness that we're going to be extending. Aside from that, in the last video I showed you guys that I cut off some connectors, so I'll be showing you guys my method of cleaning all those cut wires up and what I think is the safest and cleanest way to do that. We also have my harness over here that I still have to finish taping up. Martin next door has Amazon Prime, so we ordered a ton of Tessa tape. We should probably order more because it's going to be running out. Probably going to use all this on your car. But hopefully this will do on the rest of the harness. More wiring, I know, it's a little boring, but you guys need to learn this stuff, and so do we. And it's honestly pretty fun when you get into it because not a lot of people can do this. Not a lot of people can do wiring in general, and there's still so much to learn and improve on it. So if you guys know how to do wiring, you're probably part of the 1% crowd. You want to be part of that crowd. I feel like every time we're filming, we're always drinking something or eating something. We have all the wiring exposed, and it's not a lot of wires, but what we're going to be doing, figuring out how long to extend them. Junior already has like a rough idea. Headlights need to be extended about 6 to 8 inches. The rest about 4 inches. It's not a lot, and if we have left over, that's good. We'd rather have longer wiring than shorter wiring, and then you're going to have constant tension on the harness, so that's not what we want. And we want to run it along the side here because we have so much room between this and the fender. What we can do is rivet some inserts in here and have clamps to make it look like OEM, look factory, and make it look good. Going to the engine harness, that's what I'm going to be working on first. When you cut a connector and you leave a harness exposed, a lot of people tend to just leave it like that, but the tips of the wires have copper and they could still touch. Finding regular old heat shrink that's tiny enough to barely slide over those connectors and heat them up, and we have tons of them. So I just started organizing the little connector drawer. We have tons of heat shrink here, different sizes, and some sizes we're probably never gonna use. These guys are tiny and they barely slip over the wire. I can slip on half of it and then leave the other half exposed, so when I start heating it up, it'll shrink and collapse. So I'm gonna be doing this to almost every single wire on that harness that's exposed, and then tape up the harness, and the engine harness is done completely. The way we're running this harness, look how much extra wire there is.
Yeah, bro, this is a lot. So this is gonna be for the headlight. Down here is gonna be for the fog light.
It goes on there, and then we have the rest, huh? We also have some connectors for the alternator, huh? On that side. This wire tuck is going to be very easy. Once all this is cleaned up, it's gonna look so much better. Done. Junior doesn't want even the headlight harness inside the engine bay. Understandable, because we want this shit as clean as possible. So what he's thinking is running this connector out here, extend it to the right size, make sure we have a nice clamp to ensure that this thing is not hitting the tire. I'm about to hack your car.
After what happened on the inside, I don't think that scares me.
Obviously, you want to make sure you have the same gauge wire when you're doing a wire tuck or extending any harness, because you don't want to have a bigger one or a smaller one, especially not a smaller one, because if you have a specific amount of current going through that wire and you have a smaller one, that wire can melt. And it has happened, especially with fan harnesses, things like that take a lot of current.
Oh, fuck that. So much work.
It's okay though.
It's gonna be worth it.
It's not hard, it's just time consuming.
Oh yeah, like anything else on cars.
I think people just start seeing all the different colors and just a bunch of wires and they're like, fuck. Start freaking out. One of the things that Martin was needing for his G to be able to drive it was the shifter itself. And Motion Raceworks has one that's super clean. It's made out of billet.
Park, reverse, Hold on. I'll hold it. Neutral,
It's 'cause I'm
fourth.
mounted. Third is first.
So you just tap it, tap, fourth. Then it has a safety, so you can't get into reverse, but you go the opposite way, which is pretty sick. One complaint, line lock.
What's line lock?
It unlocks your rear brakes, so you're able to do a burnout, and it keeps the front brakes. So when you step on your brake, you could do a burnout.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
So I'm doing that. Like Jeremiah has it on his, that's how he does his. So he pulls his trigger, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Then he has a button up here. This activates his line lock. So it unlocks the rear brakes so he could do his standstill burnout. Then once he lets off, it pretty much re-engages the rear brake and then he pushes it into second and he does a rolling burnout. What they sell, this is where they become scammers.
Bro, everything about cars is scammers.
I know, bro.
So they have little grips that you can put on the side, which I'm gonna get. But they have one option where you're able to put a button. The grip itself is for the color I want, $60. For the button, you're able to get that. That's $85.
The button's more expensive than the handle?
So, but it comes with the integrated button. But you have to purchase the button separately because they cut it out so you can put a button in there.
You just draw your own button. Oh.
No, so what I was gonna say, I remember your dad had a pigeon cage. He would go in there and like grab the pigeon eggs and just throw them at us, bro. I remember that. Do you remember that, Martin? Oh no, probably like 6, 7.
Grandpa would get mad.
No.
He was about to throw you off a cliff. We should have let him.
Do you remember when he would chuck Hot Wheels at us?
Oh, jackass.
Did you deserve it?
No.
You're just evil. This is shop talk all the time.
This is bully Danny all the time.
Yeah.
No, it's not working on your car.
He's reminiscing when he was younger.
You deserve to get kicked. He was like, go get free content, hurry.
No, I said, let's see what the neighbors are doing.
We're not neighbors.
What are we then, Jeremiah?
Rivals. Even though you guys are cousins, we're still slow.
If you guys plan on swapping any car with LS, Holly. Very simple. Do the tuning yourself. Just do your research first before you blow it up.
Are you gonna put that on the car today?
Nah. I gotta cut this plate off and then paint it. Cut it tomorrow. I'll put the carbon fiber right here.
Yeah, cut the carbon off and then.
I'll just go like this side.
Heard my name being called around here, boy.
No. Everybody leaves me.
Okay, bye, we gotta go.
Wiring is done. So everything's extended as far as what we need. And now we just gotta tape it up. Junior wants to run it a certain way. So before we do that, I wanna know where it branches off. Because I wanna have the whole harness taped together up until a certain point.
Wherever
where
it branches off.
So wherever you decide where that's gonna be, that's where we're gonna do it. My back's killing me, dude. Sitting on that chair.
It's because you work so hard, bro. You work, you come straight from work over here, you do all the work. I just watch you work and I record you.
And then you go to the gym, you work out, and you get so super juicy.
Like it's super thick. Bro, there's nothing better than having a nice car and getting swole.
I'm just missing the schwol part.
You're thick though.
You do look like
You do thick.
See? Not talking?
You're hanging out with me too much, bro.
You know, I was perfectly normal until I started hanging out with you guys. Alright?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, my English is off.
I don't know what you're spoken.
I don't know what is it.
At least the wire tuck is done. Like this is all we needed.
That side we'll figure
this
out.
side will-
That side I don't think we would have to extend anything. Just have to clean it up with tape and tuck it.
There's two forms of Testa tape. There's exterior for like automotive use and obviously around the engine bay, and then there's interior. Go.
Yeah, there's interior, exterior, and deterior. There's a third. You don't know your tapes. I do maintenance for a living.
Bro, every time.
What a long ways we've come, but a long ways to go. Never would have expected it would come out like this. This has tested my knowledge in so many ways, just learning how to do certain things and being more comfortable with it. I guess it all just came down to confidence because I got a lot more confident being able to do all this work, including the wiring, and starting to see the end result. Even though it's not finished, it's really dope. There is not gonna be a single wire inside, which is awesome. The wiring stuff is easy. It's moving everything around that's difficult. It's figuring out what goes to what, you know, and the time and process to do that. But extending harnesses, that's something I can do all day, you know? And making sure it's perfect. It's everything all together that gets overwhelming. And being able to transform something that was so ugly to this, it's insane, and it's super cool to see the transformation. Keeping the stock motor, building it for high power, and just making it look as insane as this, it's an accomplishment for sure. What's next? Taping everything up, which do that behind the scenes, and fabricator. Junior and I have been talking, and it's hard to produce so much content with just these cars alone. We've been thinking about making more vlogs on just things we do around the shop, even working on other cars and other projects that we have, like my daily, his daily. We have a couple Chevy trucks, and definitely need to do some maintenance on mine this weekend. So I'll be filming that, vlogging what we're doing in the shop. A lot of you guys want to see what else we're doing and just what we do here at Static Garage. Filming our lives, it's gonna be fun and exciting because we could bring you even more content, because we've been bringing 2 to 3 videos a week, and that's very hard to do with all the money we're spending on our cars. We can't just keep throwing money and money and money, you know? We don't got it like that yet. Let me know what you guys think about that. On that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys next time.